opinions than you do. I know we've got one Rotary Club member in ours, he's so liberal, he's almost a communist, but we all like Bill. You got one of those too?
Balthazar's not here tonight. I wish he were.
Okay, yeah, I've had him. Did he run for office? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, Bill, I don't think Bill's electable, but he's very, very liberal. But Bill's, you know, we really like Bill in spite of all of that. So we have developed some social skills. We learn to get along with each other. Really because of all our differences, it makes it interesting. It'd be boring if we were all the same, but we do learn a lot of social skills from that. Next one. Family programs. Y'all have any family programs where y'all get together?
Well, heck, on our announcements, we had the adoption
Awareness
picnic coming up we're going to do. But
that's good.
And then a lot of the social projects we do, we invite people who bring a family. But our club started off being family oriented, and that we have several people who are married bring their spouses to our club, which is unlike traditional Rotary clubs.
That's a good way to do things. There is, in fact, a family of Rotary, and it's good to do things with the family. I know our social events that we have the families get together for them, and it's good for us. It brings us all closer together. Vocational skills. I can't tell you, I wish I could remember all of the lessons I've learned from other Rotarians as to how to run my business. I honestly don't think I would have stayed in business without the skills I've learned from other Rotarians, and being able to sit down and ask one of my Rotary friends, you know, hey, what do you do about this? And they're there. They're free help. I've learned a tremendous lot about business just from being in the environment of businessmen once a week and women. Development of ethics. You know, I like to think I was always a pretty ethical person. But I remember, particularly when I was young, I'd get into a difficult situation, and I would have to agonize over the decision I was going to make, whether I was going to take the easy way out or go the obvious right way. And I think I always went the right way. But it's a lot easier on me now because I have a code of ethics. I can just look at it, go down the four-way test. If it meets the four-way test, then I'm doing the right thing. I don't have to agonize over anything. And you know, all of the decisions I've made based on that, I think have helped me, not only personally, but probably business-wise. I don't think following the four-way test has ever hurt me. It's certainly helped a lot of times. Cultural awareness. I like to think we're pretty cultural in our club. We've got all sorts of folks in our club. We got a lot of women. We got Mexican Americans. We got African Americans. We got an African. He's quite a character too, from Sierra Leone, and really quite a character. Probably the richest one of all of us. He's got some money stowed away somewhere. We're trying to figure out how much, but we're very culturally aware, and you get more culturally aware the more you get involved in Rotary. I have friends literally all over the world, like I said. One of them lives in Mongolia. I see her once a year because she goes to every Rotary convention. Last year I was standing there wearing my working sergeant at arms up at the plenary session, and some felt these arms go around me and gave me a big hug, and it was her. So you have friends where we're sure it was right here. It was all right. Prestige. You know, we don't admit it often, but there's some pretty prestigious people in Rotary. I was just talking earlier about past District Governor Bill Aston. He's chairman of the board of Baylor Hospital. Very, very special person Bill is, and I'm proud to have known him through Rotary. Bishai Radical was my president when I was district governor. Bishai was the past prime minister of Thailand, and I've gotten to know Bishai very well. There are people of substance in Rotary. And there's a lot of us that maybe someday will be of substance. We're certainly all a good character, and that's what really matters. Nice people. I said earlier, we don't have a choice. You got to be nice to each other, and by practicing it, I think it makes us better people during the day. Absence of an official creed. You know, we don't have a secret handshake. We don't have any special, you know.
Haven't shown you the secret handshake yet?
We don't have a special password. We don't have any of that. We're just good people doing good in the world. The opportunity to serve. This is one that I didn't understand when I got into Rotary. Bill knows why I joined Rotary. Do you remember?
Oh, it was self-interested reasons at first. You were the reluctant Rotarian.
I was. I joined Rotary because I owned a new business. I knew I was going to need to borrow money to grow that business. And I had a pretty good banker that I lined up before I started. And I got to the point where I needed to borrow some money. So I was down negotiating with my banker over a loan. And during the process of this, he said, "Why don't you come to a Rotary meeting tomorrow?" Well, I thought it'd be a pretty good idea to show up. So I did. And to make a long story short, I joined Rotary because my banker asked me to go and I wanted to get a loan from him. I did get the loan. I did join. We're both still in the club, both very good friends. I paid it back, by the way. We're good friends. We don't all join Rotary for the reason to serve. When I joined Rotary, I was 42 years old. I really didn't understand service. I've never had an opportunity to do any real service in my life. And real honestly, I think I was as selfish as the next guy. I found since how very valuable it is for me to do for others. And Rotary taught that to me. And I know I sound like I'm preaching a little bit, but maybe I am, because that's been the most valuable lesson I've ever learned in my life. That doing for others means more than anything else. Rick King put it one way. He said, "Who is truly more blessed, those that are helped or we that can help them?" And we all know the answer to that. I'll tell you a couple of stories. We're not going to be ready for a little while. Back at my Rotary Club, we had a former ROTA student show up and come into the club, and he brought a friend with him. Jason brought Josh in. Well, when your ROTA students show up unannounced, you know you better hang on to your wallets. They need some money from you. But he gave a talk, and they were in the DECA marketing class, and they wanted to go to Florida for the national championships. And I don't know how many kids went, but it was nationwide national championships, and the state of Texas sent 700. But they were pretty poor. Well, we volunteered to send them to Florida. That's how we got to know Josh. Later on, we talked to Josh during his senior year of high school, and we found that he had an interest in travel, and we ended up sending him to Belgium for a year of youth exchange, which was a great experience for him. Now, this all sounds pretty ordinary until you get to know about Josh. See, Josh didn't know who his father was. His mother didn't know who his father was. His mother was a drug addict, lived in Austin, and he was being raised by a variety of family, and the most recent was he called his aunt. I really think she was a cousin. She was 28 years old, raising this 18-year-old high school senior by herself. Luckily, one of the Rotary friends of his that happened to be a counselor